Sell in May and go away. Let's explore this theory. A lot of people right now are saying that we should be selling Bitcoin right now because the May is here. Summer is going to be horrible. Everything is going to be horrible. And there is a lot of bad news, quite frankly. There is a lot of FUD right now that I want to explore with you guys and also discuss as to why Bitcoin is not pumping, why it actually keeps going down slowly, and explore the in different entry points, possibly price targets, etc. So let's just jump straight into this and explore whether, selling in May and going away makes any kind of sense. So subscribe, hit that notification bell, and remember, guys, that I'm personally trading and putting all of my trades over on Bybit. And with my exclusive link down in the description of this video, you can claim up to $30,000 in initial deposit bonuses. And most importantly, you're protected from FUD, from BS, and Bybit is huge, good liquidity, and doesn't have any stupid FUD about it. And also you get all deposit users get access to my crypto signals community. It's not my full trading club, but it's a nice place to be. And also other bonuses you can see right here on the screen. Plus, it gives you access to my copy trading, where you can just copy my trades without doing anything yourself. So anyway, let's just jump straight into this because the Bitcoin price is kind of going down, and there are many reasons why. There is a lot of FUD that literally happened the last few days, and I couldn't make a video update. I was so busy with a brand new project that is going to be announced very soon. Huge, we're hiring so many people. It's crazy time for me right now. But anyway, I'm seeing so many news coming out, and I just have to share, and those news are not looking very good. Let's just dig in. First of all, inflation. Well, it was the forecast, previous 2.5, forecast 2.6, and this is CPI, and it comes in at 2.7. Not good at all. And core was supposed to be forecasted to be at 2.6 and stayed at 2.8. Are we starting to see the signs of stagflation? It's very hard to predict as to what is about to happen, but the more we see this, the more we're starting to think that maybe trueflation was actually wrong, and that actually Fed will have to keep rates higher, therefore finally break something in the economy and send us into a recession, which will be a short-term pain for Bitcoin as well, but then a V-shaped recovery as always, because they're going to do what exactly? Print money sooner or later. So also, this right here is not good. There's also a lot of FUD that US GDP crashed to 1.6% compared to expected 2.5. This is huge. So the economy is actually starting to slow. So this is not good at all. But I mean, as soon as they start to realize, okay, fine, we have inflation under control, GDP is going down, let's just start printing money. But hopefully we're not going to have a situation where inflation is going up and GDP is going down. So it's inverse and it's stagflation. This is bad. So, but again, to be honest, in the world of fiat and the dollar, I mean, it's not fucking avoidable, right? I mean, it is. Sooner or later, it will happen. So I hope you will be in Bitcoin by that time, because that's going to be the best hedge against inflation. And Bitcoin is already a much better hedge against inflation than gold, for example, by far. Gold is just barely making your ends meet, while Bitcoin is actually making you money. So that's an important distinction to make. Next thing is this right here, also huge FUD, that Biden's administration proposed tax on unrealized gains 25%. So if you've made some money on Bitcoin, but you haven't sold your Bitcoin, you need to pay 25%. It's ridiculous. And to be honest, I think it's contributing to the FUD, but I don't think it's actually gonna be passed into law, because I think it's pretty crazy. And just in general, what I think with this is that it actually shows, and also what Biden wants to do is increase capital gains tax in US up to like 44 point something percent. This is just crazy. So unlike in the US, people don't like this kind of stuff, which actually just shows me that possibly Trump will actually win in this upcoming election in 6 months, which again, Trump publicly has said that he's going to bring the interest rates down and also maybe into negatives. So therefore, it's going to be very good for the economy, and the markets are going to pump like crazy. So therefore, kind of from Biden seeing something that probably will not be approved, and him turning into Aruba sometimes after he has, pitch. I don't even know who's voting for this guy. I'm not supporting Trump or anything, but I don't know who is voting for an Aruba for a president. But anyway, let's not get political. Now, let's discuss something that is positive. We've discussed all the things that are negative, that are all creating FUD for Bitcoin right now, and which is causing it to stagnate. And also we're going to discuss the ETF in just a second, but let's discuss positive things so we understand what is happening, because it's not just all FUD. Morgan Stanley may soon allow brokers to pitch Bitcoin ETFs to customers. Huge. What do we have here? Stripe, huge payment system. Stripe is going to accept crypto payments starting with USDC. And they previously banned it, and now they're putting it back. Now we're saying that Consensys actually suing SEC to stop from seizing control over Ethereum and damaging MetaMask. Because MetaMask, I think, received like a Wells notice or something from SEC for unlicensed broker. Like, are you kidding me? A MetaMask is just a wallet. It just holds things. It's a decentralized wallet. How is this unlicensed? Bro, it's bullshit. And they're just going after Ethereum is what they're doing because they were requesting so much information from MetaMask. And they are actually, Consensys is suing SEC from seizing control over Ethereum. And in my opinion, this is a good thing because, you know, this is just puts in the first lawsuit against SEC on the grounds and the topic of Ethereum, which puts a spot Ethereum ETF, in my opinion, closer in terms of legislation if they do decide to reject it. So, and here, basically, crypto firm asks court to state token is not a security. And that's it. So this is actually very positive. Some people see it as a negative. I see it as a positive, that somebody's already starting to fight. Also, Germany launching a new Bitcoin exchange traded product today on Deutsche Börse. So the German exchange. Not bad, huh? Also, Hong Kong Bitcoin ETFs are launching in 4 days. They're actually starting to trade in 4 days. Talk about inflows. Next thing, BRICS news. BRICS nations, you know that this coalition against the United States, like the Brazil, Russia, India, China, etc., are exploring the creation of a crypto stablecoin for international trade settlements. You see how Bitcoin and crypto in general is developing like crazy. And then we're also saying that Paraguay, they're so tired of their current fiat system that they want to accept the bill legalizing and recognizing Bitcoin as a legal tender. And then, you know, we look at all this fund, we look at, you know, the GDP, okay, short-term pain, maybe something. We're saying that, you know, Biden is trying to say something. Well, whatever. Say whatever you want. And then certainly this brings me to the topic before I go to the chart. This brings me to the topic of the ETF right now. Yesterday we had a negative of 83. And actually BlackRock has 3 days in a row of zero inflows. And, you know, Fidelity has negative inflows. So this, you know, a lot of people are saying, oh, is this the top? Remember, guys, please, okay, it doesn't really look very good, and it certainly contributes to the FUD. But how this usually plays out, this is the biggest and fastest growing ETF in history of humankind. There can be pauses. There can be waves of capital flowing in. You know, we've seen a wave of capital that wanted to get into the Bitcoin actually get into it, and right now when we're seeing a correction in terms of their strategy and how they usually approach it, they don't necessarily dump it on corrections, but they wait for the momentum to come back. A lot of them are actually momentum traders as well. So this is something to understand, and certainly they might be expecting a tiny bit of a correction right now to actually resume the continuation of their accumulation. And remember about the ETNs in London, about Hong Kong that I just showed you, Germany. So therefore, I would just want you to understand that this is only a small piece of the puzzle which will resume. Trust me, this will resume full swing at some point. So now this brings me to the chart itself, and if we look, you know, at the 4-hour chart, we've lost all moving averages. Even in the daily, like we've lost I think the 20 moving average or 50, and now we're on the way to the 58 moving average. So it kind of is showing the price in terms of Bitcoin, like technically showing a weakness. I mean, because previously we've lost all of the moving averages here, we've lost them right here, right now, and it's not looking particularly nice. However, I want you to remember that for the most part, the downside on Bitcoin is limited, when the upside currently, well, it is also limited, but it's not as limited. So for me, what I'm worried about technically a bit here, that we actually closed below. Let's have a look at some volume. And yeah, the volume is not that much. Like, quite honestly, as I told you before, when we were breaking to the upside, I told you that I don't like the volume. Most likely we're going to go down, so call me Mr. Spot on down in the comments. But when it comes to this down move, same thing. Maybe, just maybe, again, we are on this way down to this area right here, this area of like 58, 52, like to 58, to shake the last people out, the last ones that don't have any fucking patience in this bull run, and actually in this way somehow show them who is daddy, you know, and punish people who have no patience. But yeah, right now our main target is like 60K, so just being in the same vicinity of this, you know, head and shoulders pattern, and then maybe, you know, with a wick down to 58, grab liquidity and then actually move off higher. This is what is, in my opinion, is more likely here. In terms of Ethereum, it's also kind of moving down, but with no interest whatsoever. And quite frankly, in my opinion, if there is no big bad news coming out, no horrible news coming out, we will probably continue juggling along for some time until we go into the parabolic phase of this bull market. And then certainly any kind of flash crashes or crazy crashes will depend on news. So it's Israel, it's right now also NATO, possibly going into Ukraine. Not good news at all. Then certainly the recession, which could be a flash crash down to whatever levels, and etc. So geopolitical stuff and also global macroeconomical stuff could put in a stick into the wheel of our bicycle. But for now, if nothing comes along like this, then we'll probably just stagnate. Like every time after halving for a couple of months, maybe for the summer, and this brings me to the conclusion of this video, sell in May and go away or not. And in my opinion, even if we do jag along a little bit lower, should I be selling because of it in May? And it's stupid. And just in general, just to tell you the statistic, in the year of the halving, every summer, overall the summer, so 3-4 months, has actually been profitable. So it actually, Bitcoin went up by like 5 to 15%. So the concept of sell in May and go away during the bull run and in the halving cycle is stupid and it doesn't work. And even if it did, even if it dips, do you really want to be selling your Bitcoin with the hope to maybe catch it at a lower price? This is a very dangerous thing. Keep your Bitcoin, have your spot Bitcoin, accumulate your spot Bitcoin. And if you want to short Bitcoin, use futures, trade it up and down. That's what I do. I'm never selling my spot Bitcoin, ever, until I don't know, it's like $200,000, as I said so many times. So this is my take on the current situation, guys. Check out this quick tutorial as to how to trade Bitcoin with proper risk and money management. Remember about a $30,000 deposit bonus over on Bybit. And as always, peace and love. Thomas Kralow. Stay smart. Stay very rich. Don't fall for FUD. And don't fall for all this sell in May bullshit. See you in the next video.